Peace and love be to you, through Yahushua Messiah, my Master, the Son of living Elohim, who is the Word which was in the beginning, and the Word was with Elohim, and is Elohim. Before I start, I'm going to say something. I'm not speaking to you from myself. I don't have any personal issues. I don't have anything to say from myself. And what I have the love in me, which is not mine. And I know Yahweh loves you. That's why He is using the vessels of men to speak. So His word will be great and would not return to Him void, but will bring much fruit. I'm only the vessel, the one whose mouth being used for good. Today, I opened randomly on Mark 14. And this is kind of scripture which will bring tears to some. It is quite intense when you read it. And if you have the Sedepar Ruach in you, you will be weeping. I can tell you that now. I'm going to go through this chapter to show you how the Ruach works. It's a different way than man does. It does not require from me any dictionaries, any extra books, but only the Sedepar Ruach. Now, the Pesach and the festival of Matzah was after 2 days, and the chief priests and the scribes were seeking how to take him through treachery and put him to death. In specific time, it's all in Yahweh's hands. It's Yahweh's will. It meant to be in that one day when Yahushua was going to die. Then, after 3 days and 3 nights, be resurrected. And while he was in Beit Anaya, in the house of Shimon the leper, and sitting at the table, a woman came having an alabaster flask of perfume, genuine nard, very costly, and breaking the flask, she poured it on his head. Now, we also see that Yahushua was in the house of Shimon the leper, the man who had the leprosy. This is actually included here for reason, because the greatest healing is the healing of the heart, not the physical healing. But there were some who were much displeased among themselves and said, "Why was this perfume wasted? For it could have been sold for more than 300 denarii and given to the poor," and they were scolding her. We know that was Yehuda from Queriot. He was the one who was speaking, who was scolding her. Because we are all have this flesh from dust, and our hearts are stony hearts, because those kind of hearts we have from this world. In this world, whoever is good or doing good is to help in flesh. But Yahushua said, wait. He points at that he is first. He comes first. But Yahushua said, leave her alone. Why do you trouble her? She has done a good work for me. For you have the poor with you always, and you are able to do good to them whenever you wish, but you do not always have me. And this is what the priority is. Think about, we see the poor man, we see the people who are in need. We can see them. Yahusha was in flesh there. But now we cannot see him in flesh. How hard must be to put him first without seeing him. Because now he is in the form of the helper. What she had, she used. She took it beforehand to anoint my body for the burial. That's what she had. That was the most expensive, the most valuable thing she had. And she used it for Yahusha, to anoint him with it. This is how it should be. Because she knew who Yahusha is. She knew that he is everything. He is everything. If you, for example, have issues in your life and you have doubts, guilt in you because you did something wrong, you cannot forgive yourself, or you wonder how to really fulfill what Yahweh wants and be the servant and do the right thing, and you want to be obedient, and people will say different things and they will advise you what to do. But when you receive the set apart Ruach, you will know, because everything will be given to you. The doubts will be gone, all of it. So when you will help others, it will be sincere, because it would not come from you, but will come from the one who lives in you, who dwells in you. And that will be true help. Not like the one from Yehuda, from Queriot. See, that's what a lot of men are doing. Oh, this should be sold and the money should be given to the poor. This is the kind of man generosity. But Miriam knew that when she will receive the greatest treasure, the set apart Ruach, that Yahusha is that treasure, so everything will become clear and she will be really, truly filled with love. The true love, selfless love. That's the right choice. She made the right decision. Truly, I say to you, wherever this good news is proclaimed in all the world, what this woman did shall also be spoken of to her remembrance, because she knew beforehand. And Yehuda from Queriot, one of the 12, went to the chief priests to deliver him up to them. He was one of 12, and before this happened to him, before he delivered Yahusha up to the Pharisees, only just before, when they were eating the Pesach together, when the Satan entered into him, but he was suitable. This man was suitable for this. Now, if you have the discernment You will see he was the one who wasn't happy about what Miriam did. He had to say something. He wasn't honest. He was greedy. He wasn't truthful. Even so, he was there among the taught ones. You can, from this what he said, we can discern that there was something which wasn't right about him. And when they heard it, they were glad and promised to give him silver, and he was seeking how to deliver him up conveniently. And before he was speaking about the money that she could sell that perfume and give it to the poor, and now he will deliver Yahusha for the money, because it was all about money. And remember what Yahusha said, you cannot serve both. You cannot serve two masters. You will choose one. You will have to choose one. You will love one and you will despise the other. And on the first day of unleavened bread, when they were slaughtering the Pesach lamb, his taught ones said to him, where do you wish us to go and prepare for you to eat the Pesach? They were the followers, but they were not filled with the set apart Ruach at that time. Yahusha said, you did not choose me, I chose you. He said that to them. And he sent out two of his taught ones and said to them, go into the city, and there a man bearing jar of water shall meet you, follow him. It is serving. It's all about serving. It is the love which serves. And the man with the water, with the jar of water, he was the one who will show where they should prepare the Pesach. And wherever he enters, say to the master of the house, the teacher says, where is the guest room in which I'm to eat the Pesach with my taught ones? And he shall show you a large upper room, furnished, ready, prepared for us. And his taught ones went out and came into the city and found it, as he said to them, and they prepared the Pesach. And as they sat and ate, Yahusha said, truly I say to you, one of you who is eating with me shall deliver me up. And they began to be grieved, and to say to him one by one, is it I? And another, is it I? They were puzzled. They had no clue. That's why, because none of them received the set apart Ruach yet. They were not nourished yet. Yes, they were following Yahusha, but they were hungry. And if you read about the crowds which were following Yahusha for 3 days without any food, they finally received. They were filled with the bread Yahusha gave them and fish. And here they still hungry. They still have no idea what is going on. But they follow him. Doesn't matter. Because that meant to be. Because Yahusha said, you did not choose me, I chose you. That will apply for this time as well. Not those who actually think they are, but those who are chosen, truly chosen. Not because you so call yourself. I spoke to my dad another day, and he said, because he knows how I'm like, but he does not understand. And he said, maybe I don't deserve this, what you have. Maybe I didn't do anything good because I don't have this, what you have. And probably not many people have this. And I don't deserve either. I don't think I really deserved that I received, that I got this in me, which is great, that love is so beautiful. But I did not earn it. In any way, I haven't done anything to deserve it. And I said to my dad, I think you probably deserve more than I do. And many, many people who are much better than I am. It's not our decision. And people judge accordingly to the standards of this world, not accordingly to the truth, which is from above. And Yahweh speaks that it's not up to him who is running, his word says, but it's up to Elohim. About everything. People who are outside of this, who only see those things and hear people speaking like this, who have the word from above in them, and they want it. They would like to be like this or envy those people. But you need to understand, most of those who receive that and are filled with the living word are not those who made a decision, like I said before. And it's not easy. Those people are facing trials, testings, mocking. They are disconnected from the rest. They have no one here who understands them, because there are very few of them. They don't fit anywhere in this world. And he answering said to them, it is one of the 12, he who is dipping with me in the dish. Yehuda of Queriot, like we hear from Yahusha, he's the one who is dipping with him in the dish. So where will be Yehuda from Queriot sitting? If he is dipping with Yahusha from the same dish, so he will be sitting next to him. Yahusha says, don't take the best place when you are invited. Don't place yourself where is the best seat, because when the master of the feast will come, or he has someone with him who shall sit where you put yourself, you will be put to shame, because you will have to leave that place and sit somewhere else. But Yehuda already placed himself next to the master. There was another third one whom Yahusha loved, and he was reclining on the bosom of Yahusha. He was close, but how close he was. That's a place only for those who are truly loving Yahusha. He wasn't just sitting next to him. You need to just discern the difference. The son of Adam is indeed going, as it has been written of him, but woe to that man by whom the son of Adam is delivered up. It would have been good for that man if he had not been born. As they were eating, Yahusha took bread, having blessed, broke it, gave it to them and said, take, eat, this is my body. And taking the cup, giving thanks, he gave it to them, and they all drank from it. And he said to them, this is my blood, that of the renewed covenant, which is shed for many. This is what we're meant to do. We shall receive Yahusha to ourselves. His flesh and His blood. He said, my words, the words I speak to you, are Ruach and life. The Ruach is the flesh, the life is the blood. Eat my flesh and drink my blood. Whoever eats my flesh and drinks my blood possesses life in him. Yahusha is the life you need to receive. You need to receive it. You need to have it in you. And think of this. Yehuda from Queriot was eating it and drinking it. He took it and he was drinking but didn't go in. Didn't go in. Didn't stay there. It was shallow. Remember, none of them received the set apart Ruach yet, the helper. And Yahusha said, I'm going to my Father. If I don't go, you would not receive the helper. Because the helper is the different form. Yahusha is coming to you, which is no longer in flesh. Truly I say to you, I shall set in no more drink of the fruit of the vine till that day when I drink it anew in the reign of Elohim. That's when everything will be fulfilled. That's when we will all be filled. When we have the bodies which are perfect bodies. And having sung a song, they went out to the Mount of Olives. And Yahusha said to them, all of you shall stumble in me this night, for it has been written, I shall strike the shepherd, and the sheep shall be scattered. Yahusha said also, receive the light, have the light in you, because the time is when there will be darkness. Rejoice because of the light that is still here, because the time is coming when no works can be done, because no one works at night. No one can do the works at night. Yahusha was up to be taken from them. He was going to his Father. That is the moment of separation. Yet they didn't have the set apart Ruach. Remember, they were still walking in flesh. Many of you forget about this. The taught ones were following him for 3 years. They meant to be scattered. That's what the scripture says. It's not personal about them. They did not make the decision that they will be his taught ones. That was decision from above. And also the decision from above was that they will strike the shepherd and the sheep shall be scattered. That meant to be fulfilled. But after I'm raised, I shall go before you to Galilee. And Kepha said to him, even if all shall stumble, yet not I. People will promise, people will say they will do. Is the Spirit in us, our own, from us, which wants to do things, but we're still here in this flesh. Our flesh rules over us, and the love of this world. That's why this, what Kepha said, wasn't going to be. And Yahusha knew about it. He also knows that only the set apart Ruach can help man, because the love which is in him is greater than fear and overcomes the fear. without the Ruach HaKodesh, the Helper, we wish we will try, but we will fail. And Yahushua said to him, truly I say to you, that today, this night, before the cock shall crow twice, you shall deny me 3 times. But he spoke more strongly. If I have to die with you, I shall not deny you. And they all said the same. Because in our flesh, we think we can do, and many will say that. But when the serious trial comes along, without the set apart Ruach, we are not going to make it. We will crumble. And they came to a place called Gethsemane, and he said to his 12, sit here while I pray. And he took with him Kepha, Jacob, and Yohanan, and he began to be greatly amazed and to be deeply distressed. And he said to them, my being is exceedingly grieved, even to death. Stay here and watch. And he went on a little and fell on the ground, and was praying that if it were possible, the hour might pass from him. And he said, Abba, Father, all is possible for you. Make this cup pass from me, yet not what I desire, but what you desire. Yahushua received that flesh, which was made on likeness of the flesh from dust. The origin of Yahushua's flesh is from above, but everything else, all the pain, all the suffering, all of it was real. It meant to be. That's why he is the one whom you shall receive, because he knows your pain, your suffering. He understands. He meant to go through it so we can receive him to ourselves, and he can be there for you in the form of the Helper, because he did overcome the world, because he is perfect. He is meek and humble in heart. His flesh was suffering the same way we do. The origin of that flesh wasn't from dust. There was no sin in him. Even so, he put the sin of the world on himself. He did carry all the sin, but he himself was blameless, and he is blameless. He is from above. He is obedient. He never ever disobeyed his Father, because he comes from him. He is one with him. He is of the same substance. And he is the word of Elohim, which is obedient. He is the obedience himself from the Father. So if you receive the set apart Ruach of our Master Yahushua, you will be obedient. And he came and found them sleeping, and said to Kepha, Shimon, are you sleeping? You were not able to watch 1 hour? Watch and pray, lest you enter into trial. The spirit indeed is eager, but the flesh is weak. And Yahushua speaks about it. Because in our spirit, what we have, yes, we are eager, but this is not the set apart Ruach. Our flesh will prevail over that spirit in us, but the Ruach from above will prevail over your flesh. If you receive the set apart one to yourself, the love from above is so great that will overcome the flesh and conquer the fear in you. But at the moment, they did not receive that yet. And this is showing, this entire passage, this part is showing how fragile and weak we are. On the front of such a trial Yahusha was going through. But we would not be able to without him, because he already passed through this. He already crossed over. So we need to receive him to ourselves. And again he went away and prayed and spoke the same words. And having returned, he found them asleep again, for their eyes were heavy, and they did not know what to answer him. And he came the third time and said to them, "Are you still sleeping and resting? It's enough. The hour has come. See, the Son of Adam is being delivered up into the hands of the sinners. Rise up, let us go. See, he who is delivering me up has drawn near." Those men, they did not even realize. They were grieving, they were exhausted. That was late, but they were asked to stay up. And our flesh is weak. And if you say you can pray without ceasing, and people say pray without ceasing, it's not us praying without ceasing. It's the set apart Ruach which will pray in you. We don't even know what to pray for, really, truly. The set apart Ruach knows everything, what we shall do. It shall instruct you, it shall teach you about all matters. But the set apart Ruach is not going to allow the flesh to rule over you. That's why it's so important. It's essential to receive the set apart Ruach. Otherwise, nothing will be possible to you. And immediately, while he was still speaking, Yehuda, one of the 12, with a large crowd with swords and clubs, came from the chief priests and the scribes and the elders. And the one who was delivering him up had given them a signal, saying, "Whomever I kiss, it is he. Seize him and lead him away safely." And going straight up to him, he said to him, "Rabbi, Rabbi," and kissed him. And they laid their hands on him and seized him. And one of those standing by drew his sword and struck the servant of the high priest and cut off his ear. We see things in flesh. The battle people see in flesh, in natural. So was Peter Kepha doing it. He cut the ear of the servant of the high priest. Because the flesh rules over man. But the battle is in Ruach. And if we don't receive the help, how we can be the vessels? Because it's not us fighting here. It's the set apart Ruach in us. That's not our battle. It's not our war. We don't know how to fight this war. We need to be the vessels, not the main doers, like Peter Kepha was trying to overtake this. And Yahusha answering said to them, "Have you come out as against a robber with swords and clubs to take me? Daily I was with you in set apart place teaching, and you did not seize me, but let the scriptures be filled." Because all meant to be fulfilled. And they all left him and fled. This is typical, man. This is when you face fear, when you face something like this. Doesn't matter what your spirit, what your soul would like to do on the front of something like this. Without the set apart Ruach, man will flee, will try to save himself. And a certain young man was following him, having a linen cloth thrown around his naked body. And when they seized him, he left the linen cloth and fled from them naked. Remember when Yahushua said he is leaving, and he needs to, before that he was saying that he does the works when it's day, because the night is coming and no one can do anything at night. Yahushua is the light in darkness. He is the day, and the day shall be in you. And when Yahushua was in the world, he was the light in the world. So that's why the work could be done. He was doing the works because he is the light. But this time he was about to depart to his Father. He was leaving this world. And this man, the certain young man who was following him, he had the linen cloth thrown around his naked body. The linen cloth is Yahushua, the perfect garment, without any sin. The garment which represents the light, the day in the world. But the moment Yahushua was seized, the man dropped that linen cloth, because that represents the world is now without that garment, without the light. That's what the man represents, his naked body, that now man is exposed. There is no light in the world. We are vulnerable. If we don't have Yahushua, we are vulnerable. We are naked, easy target. Without Yahushua, without the helper from our Master Yahushua, we are easy prey. We have nothing on. And that is what the man represents. And they led Yahushua away to the high priest, and all the chief priests and the elders and the scribes came together to him. And Kepha followed him at the distance, even into the courtyard of the high priest. And he was sitting with the officers and warming himself at the fire. Can you imagine? Yahushua was cold. He's probably stripped by then. And what Peter did, he just cared for himself, as any man will do who is of the world. Keep warm, because he cares for himself. Doesn't matter that Yahushua at that moment was facing trial, condemnation, was going to be put to death. But Peter Kepha represents man, carnal man at this moment. Yes, he is one of the chosen ones, but it's not because he was special, because it's Yahweh's will. And it's not up to us to judge the will or say why. We should not dig in those matters. We should accept, submit what we receive. So if you are called to be someone, you will receive. And the chief priest and all the council were seeking witness against Yahushua to put him to death, and they were finding none. For many bore false witness against him, but the evidences did not agree. And some rose up and bore false witness against him, saying, "We heard him saying, I shall destroy this dwelling place that is made with hands, and within 3 days I shall build another made without hands." And not even then did they witness agree. Why? Because it wasn't the witnesses and what they said. Because it's not of this world. that he was condemned to death, it wasn't because of the witnesses, because they were speaking against him. Man cannot do anything. It is of Elohim. It was from him. And Yahusha did volunteer. He said, I will die for my sheep. I'm willing to die, and I will receive the life again. Then the high priest stood up in a center and asked Yahusha, saying, have you no answer to make? What do those witness against you? But he remained silent and gave no answer because he is not of this world, and he should not answer to that. Because like he said to Pilate, if my kingdom will be this kingdom, the people will fight for me. Again, the high priest asked him, saying, are you the Messiah, the Son of the Blessed? And Yahusha said, I am. And you shall see the Son of Adam sitting at the right hand of the power, and coming with the clouds of the heaven. He need to say what it is, and he answered the truth about himself. And tearing his garments, the high priest said, what further need do we have of witnesses? You have heard the blasphemy. What do you think? And they all condemned him to be liable to death. The world is ruled by the flesh, which conceives all wrongness. Because of the heart, from the heart, all wrongness comes, which is no good. Because that was the choice of Adam and Hawa, the fallen state of our beings. And this doesn't go along with the set apart Ruach, with the ways from above, which are perfect, are good, with the love which is selfless, which the world does not understand, because it's ruled by the love, but it's not. It's a selfish feeling, which is not stable feeling anyway, which can change any time and turn to hate. And some began to spit on him and to blindfold him and to beat him and to say to him, prophesy. And the officers struck him with the palms of their hands. See, this is how the flesh works. They don't understand the love which is good, the love which is perfect, the love which is above all. Man thinks that the other person will defend himself, but he wouldn't, because that's how Elohim is. That's how the kingdom of heaven is. It's opposite to the ways of man, to this world. And as Kepha was below in the courtyard, one of the servant girls of the high priest came, and seeing Kepha warming himself, she looked at him and said, and you were with Yahusha of Nazareth. But he denied it, saying, I do not know, nor understand what you are saying. And he went out onto the porch, and cock crowed. And the servant girl saw him again, and began to say to those who stood by, this is one of them. And again he was denying it. And after a little while, those who stood by again said to Kepha, truly you are one of them, for you are a Galilean too, and your speech is alike. And he began to curse and swear, I do not know this man of whom you speak. And a second time the cock crowed, and Kepha remembered the word that Yahusha had said to him, before the cock crows twice, you shall deny me 3 times. And thinking on it, he wept. Why you think he wept? Because he realized his weakness. He realized that he is with no power, that he betrayed his master, that he could not help himself, that the fear overtook him, that the fear was greater than anything else. That's why he wept. He thought he is strong. And many times we can see it's Peter Kepha who wants to walk to Yahusha on the water. He is the eager one. He is the confident one in himself. It's good to be confident in this world, it helps, but not in this case, because our strength in flesh, our confidence in ourselves, coming from the heart of stone, it's not going to help you. It's going to actually make worse. I want to talk to you about something. About what man is like. I'm the same. We are all from the same flesh. We grew up in this place, in this world. Doesn't matter from which country you are, which part of the world you are. Doesn't matter. We all have the flesh, which is from dust. We are vulnerable. Our hearts are self-focused, self-absorbed, and this is normal. Man wants to be happy. Man wants to have a good time. This world is not a good place. A lot of sufferings, pain and sicknesses and all miserable things are going here. The blood of innocent is shed. And when you hear all about this, when you hear about evil matters, what it does to you, you want to find the escape, the way out of it. You're already under so much pressure and you're already carrying luggage. You have your own problems. We all have problems at home, our families, our issues with money, sicknesses and all this. And plus we face the world and all the injustice, cruelty, lawlessness, and what the man does from this world. Of course, mind, you will try to escape from it, like watching movies, indulge in this, having alcohol, to escape this, all the miserable things. And now, religion or belief. So people see religion or belief as a kind of escape. And you call that belief because you again looking for way out, for something to help you to deal with this everyday issues, with all these horrible things, because you see the life which is perfect before you, which will be with no pain, no tears, no death. And that's why you believe, you hook to it. You create in your mind the idea that you are chosen, that you're someone, and this is promoted. But when you face something like this, when Yahusha says, pick up your stake and follow me, you don't want it. Because you have already enough of suffering here. And now you are told to just do this, to fully commit, to give up all. And not the suffering, much worse, because you need to give up everything, even those things you enjoy. So what you going to do? You stay on the surface, a comfortable level. Yes, I confess the Messiah. I believe I'm a believer because I just want the life eternal. But to give it all, you would not, because you have enough of the suffering and pain. And now you will have to go with Yahusha, follow him and suffer with him. That's why you don't really go all the way. That's why. This is not a fiction story here about the taught ones and what's happened to them. They've been killed, most of them. in such a horrific way. Most of them, they didn't scream. They praised Elohim and they saw the Master Yahusha. They had him in them. That's why they could do. They knew the love. They knew what it is. The only love, that treasure will give you such a joy, which will stop you to feel the way you feel right now. The suffering will be no more. Not the suffering the way of man. You will be so in love with Yahusha, and his love will be so great in you that you will be just seeing him. This is the perfect place. I know what it is. I know Yahusha is in me. And I can tell you this, that there is the moment we shall be when you will see nothing else, only Yahusha before your eyes. And the love in you will be so great that those things of this world will not hurt you, will not affect you. And when he works through you to do the works which Yahusha is speaking of, you need to be filled with his love to really fullness. So then that will be really good work, great work in your vessel done by the set apart Ruach. And whatever the consequences in this world will be, does not matter anymore. And think about Stephen, who was stoned. He was praising Elohim and he saw Yahusha sitting on the right side of the power of Elohim. You think he felt even the pain? I don't think so. He was in such a place, such a beautiful place. You're just scared to lose this life, but at the same time, you don't like this life. But what man does, try to escape, to believe, so-called believe, because then you see that better life. You're looking for the place for yourself when you would not suffer anymore, neither your loved ones. But it's not about us here. You would not make it if you just think of yourself. So if you escape to believe, so-called believe, or because you think that's a safe place for you, because you think of yourself, because of the world and what are you facing here, but there is nothing good here. But what Yahusha is offering, the true love, which will set you free from it, set you free from the fear of your life, that you will lose it. The love which is above all. Because by pretending that you believe, find a kind of escape, temporary escape, so you make yourself a believer. Or you go like 100% and you walk the true path, or you would not make it. As Yahusha said, if you build a house on the sand and the stone comes, it will go down, it will not stand. You need to build a house on the foundation, which is strong, on the rock. But that foundation is the love from above, who Yahusha is, who is the 10 commandments living, and he shall live in you. And when you have them in you, you will know that it's not about you. It's not about me, on any man here walking on this earth, but it's about the man from above, the son of Adam, and his set apart Ruach, the helper, whom you shall receive. Hope that will be well with you. Peace be to you, and love through Yahushua Messiah.